Hey guys, it's Matt from Pure MTG here. So I've got a video here. I'm going to be doing a unboxing of a mystery boosters that I bought from the Magic 30th anniversary Vegas event that I went to. It was only 120 bucks, so it was a pretty good steal considering they're over 200, on the actual market itself. And I don't know, I was just kind of sitting there and I was like, I kind of just want to open a box. I've had this craving that I needed to open some packs of Magic. So let's get some pack opening action on the channel. And honestly, this has a bunch of cards that I could use anyways in the collection. I do proxy a lot of my cards, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind having the real card. So I'm in one of those weird. I'm a weird collector, I don't care how the card's printed. So a proxy to me is, in my opinion, the same as the real card. Obviously, I don't try to resell it or anything. But anyways, so crack open this first pack here, see if we get anything fun. I know that some of the actual cards have some value as far as the playtest cards are concerned. There's some pretty juicy ones, and then I think a lot of them are just a few dollars. Nothing crazy or anything, but zoom in here to make sure you guys can see a little better. Yeah, and I don't know. There's some uncommons that are worth money. I think Demonic Tutor in here is, got uncommon, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so let's just keep going. And then the weird thing is that the rarity is really strange. Like the commons and uncommons are just kind of mixed together. And then a lot of packs have multiple rares, I think. Dolmen Gate's a pretty decent hit. This is probably a $10 to $15 card, I think. And then, Teferi's Protection is pretty solid. That's it used to be like a $35 card. Now it's like probably 18 bucks. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good first pack, honestly. These boxes, I'm fairly certain they retail for about 240 or so, depending on where you get it from. Yeah, these playtest cards are fairly interesting. I don't really have much attachment to them, to be quite honest. Some of them are cool, but honestly, they're nothing too crazy. So yeah, let's open another pack here, see what we get. Definitely I gotta look through the commons on commons, and I'm also just curious what comes. So the pack opening is gonna be a little slower than you used to, but it's still gonna be a fun time. There's some spicy uncommons in this set, so definitely worth going through. Especially, like I said, Demonic Tutor is the main one that I know, and I think that's mainly the biggest one. All right, Tower of Eons. Yeah, that's probably not worth much. And a Tireless Tracker, that's probably worth a few dollars. Growth Charm. Rampant Growth, Giant Growth, and Regrowth. That's cute, I guess. It looks like the Convention Edition packs go for about $14 each. And then like a box of them, mystery booster style. You're looking at Draco. Draco's a few dollars. So yeah, you're looking at about $225. See, the biggest problem about this product is that it doesn't really have a ton of value as far as you have to pull some really nutty things, and obviously it has like Mana Crypt, and the list is massive. The list is like over 1,000 as far as like how many cards can be in it, and it's it can be a very swingy product. I've only watched one box opening of it, and it didn't look like that person made out much money. I'm mainly doing this because, like I said, there are some cards in it that I could use, and obviously pulling like a Demonic Tutor or a Mana Crypt would be awesome. If I pull any of the big cards, like from the playtest, there's a large chance that I'll sell it, just because, like I said, I really don't have any much attachment. Brimstone Dragon, I think, is a rare. I'm fairly certain it's an old rare. Probably not worth anything. Boom Pile is hilarious. You flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy all non-land permanents. And then Morrow's Gone Nuts. Probably worth, I don't know. It's an enchantment. It's pretty good for 2 green. It just quadruples anything that doubles. Or doubles are anything that doubles, so then you quadruple. So if it's like a doubling season or a Voron collects, then, you know, that's pretty good. But, you know, not really worth a ton. Probably worth like $5 or so. But yeah, these cards really aren't worth that much, so I'll just toss them over here. I mean, they're worth a couple bucks, but nothing big. I mainly count hits that are worth anywhere near $5 plus. So if it's $4, I count it as a hit. A lot of cards are worth like 30, 40 cents. Gotta love upside down cards. It's a red card. Interesting. Always confuses me how that happens. There's like a stack that just gets randomly upside down, and then I can't imagine this won't happen in the box some more. Knoll Spine Dragon. Not really worth anything, I don't think. 7 mana for 7/5. That it doesn't really do a ton. And Commit to Memory is a card that I'm familiar with, but I don't really think it's worth that much money. And then Metagamer. Cards in the winning deck of the latest Mythic Championship cost 1 more to cast. 2 mana for a 2/2. I don't know. Like I said, these cards are, I don't know. They're okay. I don't really, like I said, I have no real attachment to them. So, like I said, if I get anything huge. So far, nothing massive. I mean, Safari's Protection is a nice hit. But so far, nothing else that's that crazy. And of course, no big uncommon hits just yet. But we can only hope. I mean, Eternal Witness is kind of nice. But nothing big money. Just a nice card to have on hand. Goes in plenty of decks. Boros Reckoner. So Boros Reckoner is an interesting card. So when we were in Vegas, there was a guy that we met at the Carl's Jr. that saw our shirts, and he asked us about the convention, and he was like, "Dude, is Boros Reckoner still a game? When I used to play, Boros Reckoner was badass." So it was cool. Dude's favorite card is Boros Reckoner. That was one of the nice things about Vegas. Got to eat at a few different places that didn't really that aren't near where I live. I live on the east side of the United States, and west side has different food places. So we had like Carl's Jr. and I know that sounds like it's just a fast food restaurant, but still, I decided for my birthday that I really wanted to go and get a dry aged steak, and I paid way more on a meal than I've ever paid in my entire life. Probably about 4 times more than I've ever paid. Vegas itself is already expensive. Oh, Revel in Riches. This isn't bad. This is probably like a $10 to $12. Oh, wow. Okay. Slivdrazi Monstrosity. This is... I remember looking at one of the lists, and this is one of the cards that is actually worth quite a ton. I'll pull it up on my phone here. Yeah, so Slivdrazi Monument? What is it? Monstrosity. $105. Wow. I mean, I don't know if this is one of those kind of cards that would like sell or not. I don't know. I mean, I think it'll sell, but like what I mean is like, will it go up in value? I mean, these boxes aren't readily available. The art is actually surprisingly fleshed out the most out of any of them, which leads me to believe that like they actually thought about printing this at some point, which is kind of scary, because that card's pretty... I mean, it's not that crazy, to be fair. But yeah, wow, that's a crazy hit. So just for the 3 cards alone, we're at $130. I mean, considering I only paid $120 for the box, that one card almost pays for the entire box, so that's pretty awesome. But anyways, like I was saying, in Vegas, we had... I had my birthday dinner at Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse in the Paris. Very expensive. I mean, like, the steak alone was $82. Loopy lobster. But yeah, steak alone was like $82. Then the side was like $17. Plus, I got a glass of wine and an alcoholic drink, and that with tip, it was like $190, which is insane. I will say the steak was one of the best steaks that I've ever had. I don't know if I would say it was the best, but one of the best. All right, what's in this next pack? Let's see here. Hopefully looking for some, like I said, demonic tutor would be awesome. I'm fairly certain it's an uncommon in this. I mean, it's only worth like 20 bucks, but still, it's a pretty cool card to have. I actually don't own a real version of demonic tutor. I've got plenty of I shouldn't say plenty. I've got like 2 proxy versions of demonic tutor. Ooh, crop rotation is not bad. I don't think it's really worth much, like maybe $1 or $2. I don't know if it was. I mean, it's a common, so it's probably not worth even that. Let's see here. An old card from Tempest, I think. Champion of the Parish, that's like $1. Not really worth much. And then Planequake. Card name deals X damage to each creature without flying at each planeswalker. If X is 10 or more, open the uncovered cavern plot booster. It's weird. What they have the name at the top, but then they say card name at the bottom, and I just don't. What, like, why not just put Planequake? I don't understand. And when I was drafting with the guys at WotC, and the females, of course, the lovely folks over at WotC, I asked them, I said, they were like, because they're playtest cards, and I'm like, but you guys have the name, so I don't just put the name in both spots. I don't understand. I don't know. I still don't understand. But, you know, it's whatever. All right, what we got in this next pack here? It is a little annoying that the commons and uncommons are, like, kind of mashed together. I just don't... There's no, like, order to the packs, it seems like. So... it's kind of hard to, you can't just like skip past all the commons. You kind of have to like double check to make sure you're not like passing any uncommons and any of the juicy uncommons. Obviously they're more recognizable. A Tarn Mauler, it's like maybe 50 cents, probably worth nothing. Gold Mine, what is this? Mark 1 card names unmarked nodes, add 1 mana of any color. So this is like, so it's a pretty cool little concept. I really like these mystery boosters, and I wish they weren't over $200 a box. I really wish they were just the 120, because these playtest cards. Now I don't like care for them that much. However, what they do is they kind of give you like a window into what the actual like thought process is of the developers at WotC, of the R&D team. Like, these are cards that they were playtesting that they actually, like, were going to use that didn't make it. But Goldmine, as you can see, actually is that Double Masters tapped land. I don't remember what it's called. Or not is it Gold Inspire or something? The one where you, like, mark 2 different colors, and then it taps for those 2 colors. I bet you Goldmine was, like, kind of that. In Take a Stadium, I can actually see... and that is a battlefield tapped unless you control a white, blue, or black permanent. That's actually pretty cool. Although I guess you'd have to be running like a 3 or a 4 color or 5 color deck, because obviously it's everything but green or red. But it would be a dual land. Well, if they put the land type, if it goes mountain forest, because then it could be searchable. Because it just says land there, but I don't know if they ever. It's one way to reprint the dual lands, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because if you put a little stipulation on it that isn't too hard to do, if it's fetchable, then it's pretty good. Soul Warden, all right, not bad. Not worth anything, of course, but you know, it's never a bad thing to have. Drana Calastria Bloodchief, and Rift, another land, legendary land. Before drawing your hand, you may start the game with card name in your opening hand. If you do, draw 1 fewer card. Mulligans continue as normal. Card name enters the battlefield tapped. Adds a colorless. See, like, I don't ever see where that would actually be like a good card. Even if they printed that card exactly as it is, and you could just start every game guaranteed with 1 land. I mean, I just would rather have... You start with 1 fewer. So, like, I don't know. I just would rather have a good card. Like, just a good hand. Like, I don't know. I mean, mulligans are pretty solid ways to get good hands. If you mulligan aggressively and make sure you get a solid hand, that card is just a little weird. Ooh, Porphyros. Porphyros is not bad at all. Oh, and a Duretti. Well, Duretti is unfortunately very common in this set for some reason. When I was in Vegas and I opened a few packs, I got it, and then it's now here with a Porphyros, which is pretty cool. Double Mythic pack. And then a Frogkin Kidnapper. I think this card's worth like north of $10. I remember this one being like decent. I mean, it's actually a decent card if you think. Like, it basically it steals a card from their hand, but then they can pay it. You know, pay 3 colorless and you get it back. Like that's pretty cool. I can see that just being a real card. I don't know about for 2, especially if you could like flicker it and blink it a bunch. That may be really annoying. Ooh, Tragic Slip. That's fun. Another upside down card. It seems like they're all red and they're all in this like 5 cards in or something. It's weird. There's nothing special about it, but whatever. Overrun, Lightning Helix. These are all like cards we know, you know. Dark Steel Garrison. Artifact Fortification. I don't think I've ever seen a fortification card. Fortified land is indestructible. When a fortified land becomes tapped, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And you have to pay 3 colorless to fortify the land, and it costs 2 to cast. I don't see this card really being worth really anything, to be quite honest. I don't know. It's not indestructible itself, just the land is. I don't know. Ooh, Sliver Hive Lord. There's a sliver thingy-majigger. The Slimmer box. Two big slivers. That's pretty cool. I remember Sliver Hive Lord's probably, I don't know, $10, $15. So that's pretty cool. The Grand Tour. Exile target permanent back in his owner's hand. The player discards that card, puts it back on top, then puts it back into the battlefield. I wonder if they like obviously that's a joke, but like I wonder if they actually were entertaining the idea of doing that. Like I don't know where it would actually like mean anything. Oh, another upside down card. Gotta love it. Another red card. Okay, interesting. Death Reap Ritual. Soul Ring. Okay. You can never have too many Soul Rings, you know? Doom Gape. 7 mana 10/10 Trampler, where you can sack a creature and gain life equal to its toughness. Meh. Ooh, an Elshnorn. Elshnorn's probably north of $20. That's a pretty good card. And a Seek Bolas's Council. So choose one at random. You get an emblem with at the beginning of your upkeep. You pay 3 or you lose the game. If you don't, you lose the game. Well, that's pretty bad. Or each player discards their hand. Or planeswalk to Pools of Becoming. Once there, you can roll the planar die only if you're playing Plane Chase. Okay. Or for each opponent, exile cards on the top of the library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Or destroy all creatures and non-Bolas planeswalkers. Or you get an emblem with you can cast non-land cards from your sideboard. Huh. Okay. So it's got kind of 2 fairly dead things on it, and then some other cool, pretty cool effects for 3 specifically. Obviously, sideboard and commander means nothing. That would be probably game breaking if there was a card that touched your sideboard in any format. To be quite honest, if there was like a card that's like go to your sideboard and put it into your hand, like that would be. I mean, they kind of already did that with what was it, Lessons? Lessons is kind of that, but I'm talking about like an unrestricted sideboard would be pretty nutty. Ooh, Maelstrom Archangel. It's interesting. It's a 5-color 5/5, but it isn't a legendary angel. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may play non-land card from your hand without paying its mana cost. That's wow. That's pretty good. Coveted Jewel. Not really worth anything. And we've got the Chronobot. When it enters the battlefield, switch upkeeps with target opponent for as long as it remains on the battlefield. You take your upkeep on their turn, and they take their upkeep on your turn. All right. All right. Let's crack into this next pack here. Still no uncommons or commons that are really worth anything. They're probably cards that I don't have, but obviously this game has so many cards in it. Like, honestly, the commons and uncommons that I have are just kind of like, they're just, I want to have them, and I want to sort them, and I want to be able to access them when I need them. But like, there are so many cards in the game that it's just like impossible. Like, you need like a room. I was like, it's just a room for all of your Magic cards if you want to ever do that. Like, just it's pretty nuts. These cards really aren't worth anything. Cauldron of Souls is a cool card, but it's 5 mana, so it's really not worth much. But I'll check it just in case. Yeah, it's not really worth anything. Learned learner. As long as you have a maximum hand size other than 7, it has tap draw a card. That's not broken. Like they could print that card without a problem. That would be pretty cool. A pretty cool card. Just as is. But it's not worth anything. I'm checking the cards on the side. I've got the TCG app up just in case you guys are wondering. Depending on the actual card itself, and then I'll cut out the breaks when I take a while. Oh, another upside down card. At least Faithless Looting, that's a decent card. Nest Invader, classic during its time. Nothing, whatever. Enchanted Evening, probably not worth anything, but what was that, Evening Tide? Morning Tide? Something like that, somewhere around there. And then the Sewer Nemesis. Star enters the battlefield to choose a player. Power and toughness equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. And then whenever the chosen player casts a spell, they have to mill. Huh. Mana Abundance. 3 mana enchantment. World enchantment. If a player were to add mana instead, all players add that mana. That card. Oh, man. That would break the world. That card is nuts. I hope they never make that card. I don't ever want that card. That's just... No, thank you. Alright, what else we got? Thoughtcast, yeah, it's pretty cool, but not really worth anything. Let's see here. Elephant Guide. Slave of Bolas, Thieving Magpie! My buddy loves this card. Back in, when we first started playing, he would play this. Obviously, in today's standard, it's not really worth playing. But back in the day, man, back in it probably was never ever worth playing. But we played. Whenever you start playing, it was never a great deck. Personal Decoy, 7 mana, Planeswalker Duck. Okay, and when it enters the battlefield, the number of loyalty counters on it equal to your life total. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else, and you can't be attacked. You can +1 to gain 1 life or -4 draw a card. It equals your life total. So you can have 40 loyalty and you can't be attacked, so they have to attack the duck. That card's actually freaking good. Oh, man. That would be insane. And then if you flicker it or ever bring it back. Let's see. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. So you can't flicker it. Huh. Well, they've thought of everything. But anyways. I think it's actually still a pretty good card. Smath the Smithereens. We got Lignify. Alright, yeah. Lignify's a good card. Not really worth anything, but it's a good card. Yeah. Djinn of Wishes. Yeah, that's worth nothing. High Troller. 4 mana for a 4/1. All targeted spells and abilities cost 2 less, and their targets are chosen at random. Sure. Why not? All right. Kind of move these stacks off to the side here. Crack into the next pack. Yeah. Child of Night used to be good. Not really, but it actually did get played back in Vampire days. Back in the Vampire heydays of, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Back when Magic cards weren't as, overpowered. Chancellor of the Annex. New Phyrexia. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, when each opponent casts his or her first spell of the game, counter that spell unless they pay 1. And then it's a flying 5/6 whenever an opponent casts a spell, counter that unless they pay 1. Another Taran Mauler. It's so weird to get a duplicate rare, and that's just... There's so many cards in this set. It's just... It sucks, because I'd love to get a duplicate rare of, Teferi's Protection or whatever. Because Taran Mauler's worth nothing. Protection from modified creatures in the beginning of each player's end step. You get... You can put a 1/1 counter on their stuff. It's surprisingly balanced for Simic. Alright. What else do we got? Still no Demonic Tutor. Every time I see a black card that starts with D, I'm like, oh. Every time. Every time. I think Bob, he got past, he was doing a draft of Mystery Boosters, and he got past a Demonic Tutor, and an Elish Norn, and he got something else. He got like crazy value, and they were the packs were free. But the guy missed that there was a Demonic Tutor because it was an uncommon. So he just like, I don't know how he missed it. I don't know how you miss a Demonic Tutor, quite honestly. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. Throat Wolf. You may cast card name during an opponent's combat phase. It has First Strike. After each opponent's first combat phase of each turn, there's an additional combat phase. Only card name can attack during that combat phase. Uh-huh. Well, you know. First Strike. Why not? I mean, at a certain point, they're going to run out of keywords. Why not add, like, first double strike? Doubler strike. Alright, what else? Darksteel Mutations, that's a card right there, I'll tell you what. Honestly, with most of these cards here, we're really, I don't know, like, actually value. Obviously, with the Slivdravi Monstrosity, it's pretty hard to lose money when I paid 120 and it's 105. Oh, no Reliquary Tower. I could always use these. Is that another Duretti? Wow, this is 2 Durettis in one box. That's pretty bad. I even opened a Duretti in the Mystery Boosters packs that I got from Vegas. So that's 3 Durettis that I just opened up. No wonder it's 40 cents. Kragenwick Cremator. And then Vazal the Complete. 6 mana for 7/7. Mega Legendary. Vigilance Trample has the activated abilities of all other permanents on the battlefield. Yeah, that would be insane. Yep. That would be absolutely bonkers. All of their permanents, by the way. Lands included. It doesn't say non-land. That card would be pretty nuts. It's actually worth money? Nope. It's worth 30 cents. I mean, I don't know. It could have been. Could have been worth money. So I think this is the last pack here. Let's see here. Let's see what we get. Hopefully Demonic Tutor. Nope. Okay. No. Nope. Nameless Inversion. Okay. Shapeshifter Tribal. Yeah. No. It's looking highly unlikely. And nope. And a black? Nope. Okay. Runescar Demon? It's probably like $5. Domesticated Mammoth. Card name enters the battlefield with a token copy of Pacifism attached to it. 5/4. Like, it's not bad. Like, you get an enchantment with it. So like any kind of enchantment enters the battlefield. It's not cast though. But if you get rid of the enchantment, if you have an easy way to kill the enchantments, it's 2 mana for a 5/4. Yeah. It's kind of useless. It's pretty bad. But, you know, whatever. So honestly, this box was pretty nutty. I'm sure I missed a few cards, and I'll go back through them, and I'll probably do something at the end of the box, but to kind of like look over the actual value of everything. But this Slivdrazi Monstrosity, I mean, it looks really cool. And you could tell like the art is pretty fleshed out for a playtest card. And yeah, I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.